Hello and welcome to this overview of the Mentor Me to Millions program that I've put together for business owners, entrepreneurs and managers. So why business mentoring and why now? Well, there are several reasons for this. Mainly, for me personally, I love business. I've made lots of money in business, and despite the fact that people know me for my books about investing and tax and finance, business has been the area where I've had definitely the most fun and made the most money. Also, what I love to do is help other businesses. And I used to do this. I used to be a business consultant many years ago. And over the 15 years that I've been in business, I've been in lots of different industries, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later. But the thing about business is you're a master of your own destiny. You can double the value of a business, you can increase the profits of a business, and you can do this kind of thing very quickly. And no other investment that I know of can you have such a dramatic effect on your wealth when it comes to business when you understand and know the principles. Also, I believe that small to medium-sized enterprises are the key to prosperity in Australia. The current financial situation here and around the world could be solved by small to medium-sized businesses being more profitable and continuing to expand, providing safe employment for people and secure jobs, that kind of thing. Lastly, the whole idea of this came about through the Business Challenge, which was an idea that I had, which is for my next book that I'm writing, which is all going to be about business and building a business. And in the Business Challenge, what I'd set out to do was consult to up to about 6 businesses and use them as case studies for the next book. So the book was going to include key information on how to build your business and then case studies to show that it's possible to be done. The response was overwhelming and surprising, actually. I didn't realize just how many of our clients were in business, and I also, in talking to some of them personally, found out exactly what they are running into and exactly what they need. So out of all of that has come this business mentoring opportunity, which enables me to help a lot more individuals, a lot more people, but still get the information across and get it across in a way where it can actually be implemented and produce results. So that's what this is all about. So I will get into it. So let's dispel some myths. So before you can believe that it's possible to build a turnkey business, a profitable one, and we're talking here about a business that runs efficiently, allowing you to focus on bigger goals. So there's a familiar saying of working on the business, not in it. That's what this is all about. But there's also building a business that works without you. You never truly build a business that works without you, because if you own the business, if you're one of the owners, you have a responsibility to make sure the business continues to go in a direction you want. I think really what is meant by the phrase works without you is you're not there in the machine making it work. You are stepping outside of the machine, the business, looking at which direction to take this. And that is really, I think, what is I personally take from the term working without you, because you can then expand it, you can take it into bigger territory, you can add more products, add more services, and you're building the machine because you are actually outside of it, driving the machine, if you like, rather than being in the engine room, which as a business owner is not where you want to be. There's nothing wrong with being in the engine room, and you've got to start somewhere. But from a business owner's perspective, what I'm talking about here is you want to be able to drive it and see where you're heading or take a direction. And that's why I say allowing you to focus on bigger goals and bigger opportunities. But in order to do all of this, it's necessary to dispel some of the common myths about business, because I find people run into these a lot, and these stop you, if you believe in these myths, actually stop you from taking it further or particularly taking this opportunity. And a few people believe that it's hard to build a business. It's hard work, it's hard to start, and especially in the current economy and all those kind of things, that it is hard. It's actually not hard. And I'll give you a little tip right here, right now. If you want to build a business, all a business does, all a business is a solution to a problem. Some people out there have a problem, you provide the solution in the form of a service or a product, and you have a business. And the success of the business, or the speed of the business, the speed of the expansion of the business, is in direct proportion to how big the problem is and how many people have that problem. And it's as simple as that. If you go and design a product or a service and you don't really know if anybody wants it, or you're doing it backwards, then that would be a hard business to build. So that myth is not true. Number two is you can't build a business fast. Well, I've proven that many, many times not to be the case. Again, as I've just mentioned, it really comes down to what kind of a business that you have, what product and service that you have, and the problem that you're solving in society. You can build a business very fast, very, very fast indeed. And I think probably the most well-known example is Google. Google has grown at a phenomenal rate, absolutely phenomenal rate, in terms of it getting to being floating on the stock market and still. So their business grew at a very, very fast rate. Number three, you have to struggle for the first 2 years before you can make a profit. Well, again, that's not true. You can make a profit from day one. All the businesses I set up do make a profit straight away. Solvency Makers, just as an example, already has a client, had $20,000 in sales, I should say, $20,000 in sales before I'd registered the business name. So to give you an idea. So it doesn't take very long to really kick it off, to kick things off when you know what you're doing. Myth four, good staff are hard to find. I think the philosophy here is, build it and they will come. If you've ever heard that, it's a great little movie. I forget the name of the movie now, but a Kevin Costner movie, and in there it's build it and they will come, and he built a baseball field on his farm. I believe in that philosophy in this, and it's certainly, again, from my own personal experience, has proven to be the case, because when you are building a business that's exciting, that is successful, that is expanding, that is profitable, you get people knocking down your door to work for you, to work with you. And that's been my experience. And also, there is a way to get good staff. There are some people who are honest and ethical, and you want to be able to find them, and there are people who are, unfortunately, not very honest and not very ethical, and you want to be able to spot them before you hire. Hiring should not be a trial and error scenario, where it's hit and miss, what it is for most people. You know what you're getting before you actually hire the person and take them on board, and there is a way to do that. Myth five, the economy is bad, which makes it hard to succeed. Well, I read a quote the other day in a magazine, I think it's called the Business Magazine, and it said, the editor in there said, businesses fail in bad times or hard times for the exact same reason they fail in successful times or flourishing times, and I couldn't agree with him more. The economy is absolutely got nothing to do with it. And if you believe that the economy has nothing to do with it, then the problem is you have to fix the whole economy before you can fix your business, which actually just gives you a very big problem to solve that you probably can't solve. So you're best focusing on what you can solve, and you can fix the problems in your business. And in times of financial turmoil, which we have now, there is actually opportunity, and you just need to be able to step outside of the machine and take a look. So the economy has nothing to do with it. You have to do it tough at first, similar to some of the other myths. Again, not true. You can start, you can make money from day one if you know exactly what you're doing. Last myth I've got here is you need lots of money to start. Now, some businesses do go better with investment. There's nothing wrong with getting people into invest in your business to kick it off. But you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to do it that way. There are other ways to go about it. There are other ways to set yourself up so that you don't have to spend an enormous amount of money first before you actually start selling or delivering your product or service. There are ways to do this, and again, it just comes down to know-how. So these myths are simply not true, guys. So if any of you listening and you have those myths in your business, just cancel them. They're not true, and I'll show you some statistics later in this little presentation here.